Is audio good? I think audio is good now. What's good, everybody? Today's stream, I'm going to be starting by 11. So between 9 and 11, I just want to complete what I started off in the afternoon, just see where I can take it to. And then I'll park it one side for today's one. Today, we're going to be modeling a medical equipment, not necessarily an equipment, like just a medical thing, you know. Yeah. So before I start that, I'm going to start that by 11. Right now it's 10:47. I'm pretty sure I started this earlier actually. Well, I couldn't like, I was doing something, not like I couldn't. I was doing something. So I'm going to move cursor right here. Hey, I didn't greet you guys. I think there's one more person on screen. I'm just going to say hello and then move on. What's going on? Um, the exact same thing I did in the afternoon. I would also tweet out the stream as soon as 11 o'clock hits. But right now, it has not officially started. Right now, I'm just messing around basically. Um, I can take this, duplicate, and then move to this 3D cursor so that I can RZ 90, RZ 180, and GX like so. That's cool. I'll frame this GZ and Shift DZ SZ GZ, right? And then right here I'll bevel and then extrude this along the mouse like so. So that's cool. Shade auto smooth, shade auto smooth. So that's nice. All of this I'm going to GZ, and then this I'll Shift DZ. I'm going to use this to create the cushion under here. So again, the language that we want for the cushion is something soft. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to add some bevels to that. But before I do that, let me just add this. So this is cool. I'll take this up, and then this part I want to, yeah, let me see whether I can shrink. What is there no shortcut to shrink? There should be a shortcut to shrink, because I don't think I want to. That's shrink, but let me try Alt S if that's going to shrink it. Oh, okay. Shortcut to shrink is Alt S. That's good. Nice discovery. All right. That's done for the top. The bottom is as onto this. I'm going to scale this as Z and GZ this a little bit, and then I'll flip this to the other side. Apply that mirror and then P to separate by loose parts. So right here, I'm just going to GZ and close this up a little bit. I feel like this symbols, I'm going to have some kind of a thickness on them. Well, when it's time for me to shade, I will do that. Right now, I just want to just get the basic mesh. Right here, I'm saying something like this actually. We have a cut down here that I'll extrude along normals. I'll Shift D this, P, separate that selection. I'll bring this out like so. And then down here, I would extrude this and scale. GZ. Easy. Shade. Can I shade auto smooth? I don't know. But I mean, why is it not shading auto smooth? That's strange. But I want to make this part to show us a sharp edge. And right here, Okay, let me just add the detail a big. I've already started like being really detailed with this mesh. I don't want to mess it up right here. So I'm going to bring in a cylinder, a Z, GZ. Is it 11? Okay, I have 7. Oh, no, I have 9 minutes to 11. So once it's 11, we're switching to what we're modeling for today. Right now, I'm just trying to use the early time to complete what the stream that we did earlier. I'm going to apply scale, bevel this, bevel this. This side is going to have a spring, so I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I'm going to shift A, curve, spiral, Archimedean, and then I would reduce. Oh my god, I can reduce radius later. I think I need more tones on this. Scale this down. GZ, SZ, GZ is already on a curve. Make sure you reduce resolution, and then add some depth to that. That's cool. SZ. Right here, shade auto smooth, and that's cool. So right here, I would S shift Z and GX. I would right click auto smooth on this, and that's cool. So we have that locked in. I feel like all of this height right here, I need to just bring everything down. Right. Maybe down a little more, but this is good for now. So this part under here, I think I need to raise this part a little higher. Cheesy. Hmm. Okay. How can I do this? So all of this, I'm going to delete. Yeah. What are these actually like? Oh, I don't know where they're coming from. All right. Think I know where these are coming from right here. So for this, I am going to come to the side view, rotate this like so, make it more standish. And I would select this part, G, move it here. I would come right here, select all of this, GZ, all the way down here. Move this to this part. So this is cool. Right here, I'm going to bring origin to this point, and then this I'm going to bring to origin. So that's good actually. So on the side, I'm going to rotate, and yep, that's fire. Next up, I want to model this thing. I have 5 minutes before. There's someone on the chat. There's Sky Kid. Shout out. You see, I'm modeling in sneakers right now. Shout out to you. And my guy Tomato is on the stream. Shout out. Glad to meet you. Can I see a question? Yeah, shoot, man. Shoot. Like, you can send in a question. I'm okay with that. So right here, I think I want to tweet this out in a second. GZ. I'm going to bring this to this point. And then I think I'll bring in a cube. Scale this down, GZ, SX. Let me just quickly tweet this out so I do not forget. Whew. Oh boy. Oh, guys, I'm actually here. I just needed to tweet out something quickly. Bro, you still on this make machine add-on? Like, I think I kind of told you already how to get it. Um, yeah, I don't know the particular manufacturers of the make machine add-on. You could purchase if you want. Um, let me see. I think I'm going to do this right now. Delete face. Let's see. Ooh, okay, it's a Gumroad thing. Let's see. Could you also download on GitHub? I think you can also download on GitHub actually. But on Gumroad, you have like $44. You have like $169. So it's a pretty expensive add-on. But on GitHub, can you download on GitHub? Let me see. Because there's something on GitHub that you should be able to like down. No, I don't think so, man. Can't download on GitHub. Let me see. Oh, okay. Looks like you can download on GitHub. Yeah. Try GitHub. You probably should be able to download the add-on and install. Check GitHub, bro. I'm going to get on back to the stream. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? So right here, I want to select this and select this, apply scale, and then bevel that. So that's good. Next up, I'm going to select all of that and then extrude along normals. We also want this down here. Okay, it's 11, so I need to pack this aside. I'm going to pack this aside and then go into what we have for today. So I'm going to create new on this, and then what is my showing. So what we're going to modeling for today is a medical trolley. Where is it? This is it right here. So we'll just select a few model, like a little park that we could upload on CGTrader. Later, let's see. I think I would really love to model 10 of this, but that is dependent on the amount of time I have. So first I'll copy this, paste it in here. Sorry, I'm doing the setup right now. I should have done the setup before the stream, but we're here, and we're just going to quickly get references. I think what's going to be a heavy hitter for this what do you call it, trolley, is the tires. Figuring out the tire is going to be like, okay, going to be a little bit complicated, but let's see. I think if I have like 6 or 7 different style, I should be good to get on with it. Let's see. Nope. Which one is here? That's Mac Machine. Okay. I think I have enough reference. Let's go. So I'm going to clear out the scene, and then I'll bring in a cube. I'll GZ this to the surface, and then I'm going to bring in a reference, G and GX to the side, and we need that trolley to look something like this, GX. I think if this woman was a nurse and she needed to push a trolley, the trolley should be around this height, right? So we're looking at something like around here. So I'm going to GX this to the side, and then we start modeling the trolley. I think first thing I'm going to bring in a cube, and then GZ and that, scale that down. I'm going to SY, and then I think this right here, I probably want to, first of all, apply scale and SY. All right, let me see the tires. I hope the tire doesn't stress me. So these two I can bevel, add in some loops. 1 second, guys. Let me just make sure that it's with that. Okay, so it is out. But I mean, the timing of this doesn't work for a lot of persons, I presume. So I think next up I'm going to bring am I going to do it like this, or I'm going to clear out all of this so that I can delete face, and then this faces too. Or is it the edges I want to delete? Let me see. I want to reserve this and this. Shift D, separate that selection. Separate that thing can go actually. With this two, I'm good. Right here, I'm going to join both. And with this, I'm going to convert to curve. I would shade smooth, and this is good. On the side view, looking too huge, I'm going to bring that down. And maybe I want to bring this even closer. GX, like so. So whatever is here, I can delete. So this is cool. Next up, think I need to work on like the platforms on this. So I'm going to bring in, let me see what this is looking like. I'm going to bring in I'm going to bring a cube, scale that down, scale it on the Y. I'm going to SZ on that and GZ. SZ, I can SZ a little bit more and SX. GZ up to the surface. Probably need to move faster with this because I want to make sure I'm done by 12. SY. I'm going to SZ, make this even smaller. Bring cursor to this point, and I'll bring in a cylinder. So I'm going to scale this down and SZ. On the Z axis, I'm going to G all the way to this point, and then scale on the Z, SZ a little bit, and GZ, SZ. And with this, I can mirror to this side, mirror to this side. So we have that. Another thing that I'm seeing is that these edges are curved. So I'll select this edge, this one, and then this one. And then I will apply scale and then just bevel those. That's cool. Right here, there's a support right below it. So for the I should have done the support before this thing. You know what? I'll copy this, undo, and then I can select this for the support. Shift D Z, P to separate that selection. I can take out this platform and paste the one I copied earlier. And we have this, which I would join with this. I have a problem with the PC. Tell me I need a password to extract the file. If you check that, you will see that there's a password. Check the password, bro. I don't use a PC actually, so I don't even know if I'm going to be of any help to you in this process. But check the GitHub. I think when I was checking, I noticed there was a password. So check that link. Okay. That's one. Right here. I'm going to select this face and insert. SY. And this entire edge, I can duplicate, separate that selection. And then I'll delete only face. And then GZ and that. Then we can convert that into a curve and add a little bit of depth. Nope. I just want to shade smooth on this actually. I don't want anything else but to shade smooth. Shade it to smooth. So that's good. I think that level I also want to duplicate for the lower level, but it seems like what we have done here is maybe too small. So I'm going to take this and SZ, GZ and that, and then I'm going to GZ this. So it's bigger a little bit. I can SY. And then I'm going to push this. So all of this, I'm going to come to the side view and shift DZ, right? That's cool. right here, I would GZ up to the surface. Then maybe this frame, I want to increase the size actually. Just a smidge. Oh, that's too much. I'm going to do 1.3. 1.3 is even too much. Let's do 1.2. Did I apply scale of this thing? I did. Then why is it acting irrational? I'm going to bring cursor to this point and we're going to go on to model the tire. I think for the tire, we're going to start with the cylinder, scale down a Z. And from that, I'm going to scale a Z, right click, shade, auto smooth, and frame selected. Right here, I would insert and extrude this just like so. So underneath this, I'm going to bring cursor to this point. And then, am I bringing in a cube? I think I'm going to bring in a cube actually. Go to the side view. And then GZ and that. I would GX on this a little bit. GZ. Maybe I want to add in a loop right here. And then extrude this. Am I getting this shape at all? GZ. I think this also should be GZ down here. So this is like an approximate shape of this. Right here, selected, select. And I'm going to delete all of those faces. And then I'm going to, let's see. I want to round off these corners, but I don't know if I want to add in a sub D. So let's try to apply scale and then just round off the corners by rounding off those vertices. So we're going to do this like so. I think this part's going to bevel. And yeah, I think we're good with that. I can flip this to the other side and apply that mirror. So that's, is that good? Let's see first. I'm going to a Z. I'm going to bring cursor to this point. And then I'm going to bring in a cylinder. Frame, bring this down. Am I going to GX? No, I'm going to leave it here actually. I'm going to copy that, delete. You see this thing that we have here, I'm going to bring it to, I want this to be in between both actually. Yeah. Fill, bring this to this point, and then we're going to G, scale down, SY, scale that down, SY. So that's cool. Right there, I'll scale up and then I would apply that scale, select these two edges and bevel. Then this face I'm going to insert and then extrude inward. So this can be selected and beveled. I'll select this face, duplicate that, separate that selection, and then extrude. So I can scale this up and GY on that. So this is going to be inserted and extruded in just like so. Right here, we're going to bring in like a support screw basically. So the screw is going to be a cylinder. Think both the stream in the afternoon and the stream today, I've just been using a ton of cylinders, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah. I really hope you checked the GitHub page for the password because I really did see it there. I don't think you're still on, but you need to check the GitHub page to see it. So I'm going to bring this G down to this point, and I can SY on that. GY, just like so. Scale SY. So that's great. I would bring this to this point, bring cursor to this point, and then I'll bring in a cylinder, but I want that cylinder to be 6 sides actually. So I'm going to scale down like so, SY, like so. Scale up, SY, GY, SY. Right here, I'll shade smooth, and then I'll bevel this. So right here, I'll flip this to the other side. I think this too should be flipped. That's fire. This also I'm going to flip and then shade auto smooth. So that's cool. I like this. I don't know if this part should remain like this. So let me see if I can bevel it. If I bevel it and it gives problem, you know me. And it's giving problem actually. Let me see. Can I GZ? Ah, no, it's still going to be a problem. Can I select the stop? Select boundary loops and then bevel that. Will it do anything? I want to create support loops like so. GG. I beg. I'm leaving it like the way it was, actually. I think maybe I can bring in a bevel. Let me see how a bevel is going to look. Yeah, bevel works. Bevel works. So this part I'm going to GG. So it's a little bit away from the tires. So we have one tire. I'm going to select all of that components and then visual into a mesh, join it. Let me see the size of this tire. You know what? I'm going to scale it up. And then this part, I feel like this part is huge. I'm going to scale down actually. Right here, I would move this, no. I'm just going to shift DY. Or shift DX rather. Whew. That's one, and it took 20 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy amount of time. But we have a lot more to get through, so I'm going to shift DX, move this out of the way, and you see these trees. I'm going to delete them because we have a different one to create. So I'm going to take out all of this, and then I'm going to bring cursor to this point. I'm going to bring in a cube, scale down, SY, SZ, GZ this up to the surface, SZ a little bit, and then what we're going to do is GZ on this, right? But this edge, I'm going to shift DZ on that. I'm going to P separator selection, GZ, and then this part I'm going to convert into a curve. So I'm going to apply that scale. That's cool. I'm going to SY, right? Just so that it's in there. And then I'm going to bring curve to this point. So when the curve gets to this point, I'm going to bring in a cylinder, but cylinder I want 30 sides. So I'm going to bring a cylinder again. We're going to do 32 sides, scale down, and I will Z a little bit, right? SC Shift Z, GZ, and I'm just going to move this all the way to the back, so it's going to just go back here, GY. So we have that. I'm going to Shift DX, and then this is going to mirror to the other side, and that is perfect. So, oh my god. We have this first layer done. I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to make Shift DZ second layer, and then Shift DZ second layer, and repeat that for a third layer. So for the third, for this, no, in fact, for the second, or let me undo. I need to bring in this again. So for this part, I'm going to apply the mirror, and then Shift D, bring into this side, and I'm going to rotate by 90. Cool. So right here, I'll select this, delete vertices, and GY, GX, like so. So right here, I would bring this out. I'm going to select this, and SX. Right. This, I'm going to GX. Just like so, that's cool. And for this, scale down. You know what? All of these things I'm trying to make sure it doesn't poke through. I think I'm actually going to legit make them poke through, because in the reference, they're all poking through from. They're all poking through this, like see. So I'm going to scale up, maybe even make it extend beyond. And then this and this, I'm going to Shift DZ. Take out the Shift DZ. That is great. Second, what's this? Mirror, origin 3D cursor, mirror. That's cool. This second trolley done, GX out of the way. This one, I'm going to undo Shift DX out of the way, and this one I'm going to go last. I feel like this one is kind of a variation of this one, so I'm just going to delete this level. This is going to be deleted, and then this right here, I'm just going to space out a little more, and then maybe this part can like GZ can come down. So that's cool. What other one do we have? I think that's easily all the variations that we have, but I don't know if this is enough, man. Like, I can Shift DX, move this out of the way. I'm going to model this one. I'm thinking of having 10 of this. Like, I'm going to take this, right? And I'm going to create this thing. But I won't do the stand. I want to use the frame rather. So if you look at the frame, you'll see that the frame is kind of boxy and cubish. Yeah, I'm good. Tomido, I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm kind of curious, why are you asking though? Do I look like feel like I'm going through a lot or something? a Z. I'm going to apply scale, insert that a little bit, extrude this in, and that's good. I would, you know what? If I want to undo this, scale this in. I mean, was that you're good a compliment? I don't know. Because it sounded like you're good, like, nigga, is you alright? I don't know. I don't know. Tomato, can you clarify? I'm not really sure of what that was. So this is done. Bro, I'm really going for 10 of this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. How I'm going to create the variations, but I am going for 10 of this for sure. GZ, Shift DZ, repeat that. So we have 5. I think I'm going to search for a little more reference. Woo! Boy. So I went to work out today and I'm pretty tired, man. Pretty tired. So 3. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get more references. Maybe I can I take this? I'm not sure, bro. Like, maybe I can take this. So with 4, I think I can generate the amount of more images that I need to complete this. So I'm going to paste this, copy, paste this. I'm going to copy and then paste this. I'm going to copy and then paste this. So we have 4 of this, and we're going to create various options from this. Nah, you look good. I just want to say I'm here. You're good, man. Yeah. It's all right. It's all good. When Tomato is here, you definitely know. You definitely know. Yeah. I think for this, I'm just going to shift DX, and then I'm going to create a variation of this cube in here. We're going to SY, SZ, right, GZ a little bit, scale this up, and then I'm going to select these 3, Shift DZ. I'm going to separate that selection and Shift this, no, in this, Shift DZ1, repeat that, and then I'll change this into a curve and then add some depth to that. I'm going to apply scale, add some depth. That's cool. I think I'm going to repeat that for the one below right here. Should this be the same height? I don't think so, bro. I do not think so. Like, this shouldn't be all be the same height. Like, some should be bigger than the others. Yeah, something like this. So right here, I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to model. I don't even know what it looks like. I can see it here, but I can't make out what's going on. But I love this. Like, look at this texture. Let me see. So we have. I'm going to go to material preview. I'm going to go to shader, and it's just amazing because I feel like aside the low roughness and being able to see, and the high metallic, there's something done to the normals. I think there's a noise added to the normals for this to have this curvy kind of shape. So for the normals, I want to bring in a normal map. So this scale is going to be so much more like so. And then I'm going to bring in a color ramp like so. That's cool. I don't know. I'm not seeing the reflection that I want. So let me get some HDRI. What's going on here actually? Why does this look transparent actually? It kind of looks transparent. But this is not what I'm trying to achieve though. Like, why is it looking like this? Okay. Trying to add a bevel to this or something. Okay. But you see this reflection? I want to distort it, yeah? How do I? I've forgotten. Is it a clear cold? Then it's the normal now. Like, it's supposed to be the normal. Why am I getting this result? I need to remove this. Is the strength so high? Yeah, I'm beginning to bring a little bit of distortion to the reflection right here. But it's not it's not like looking like it's not looking like the photograph, but yeah, I think I'm kind of getting what I want. So yeah, the distortion right here is a bit too much. So I'm going to go to this roughness, reduce it. Remove detail. What of let me monitor this thing. So I'm going to just I think this is basically going to be the distortion like so. Like so, like so. So right here we can see what that distortion is looking like. So that's good. I like that. This is the sixth trolley. I'm going to move this out of the way. Shift D up to this point. We're going to model a sixth. That is that's going to be this. I don't think it looks different from what we have done in the past, but I think what I'm going to do differently, I'm going to bring in that pan. There's a collecting pan right there that I'm going to bring in. So I'm going to SZ, GZ on that, and SZ, make it thin. SY, SX, and then this edges. I can shift DZ, delete only the face. Oh, only the face of Ga. I'm going to delete only the face. I think you should do a script and let a background. I think you should do a script and like a background music for the audience. Doesn't get boring, but for me, I love it like that, man. Yep. Yeah, I've been thinking about that a little bit. Not necessarily background music, but how how kind of engage the audience beyond just calling out my strokes. No, beyond just like calling out what I'm pressing in. I don't know how that's going to work, but right now I just want to just model stuff, man. I'm not thinking about entertaining people. What do you think, like, bro? I don't know. What kind of background music? Will it be too loud? I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about not just that, but how it's going to work. Woo. So right here, we're going to have a little bit of an extension. So I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and what's it going to be? I think it's going to be a cube. Yeah, it's going to be a cube. Cube scaled down. I'm going to Z and that. I'm going to GX this forward and SX. Right. I'm going to bring this right here. Extrude this forward, and then I can RZ and that to the side. So I think this needs to be longer, so I can GX and RZ. If I mirror this to the other side, is it enough? I think it is, but I also need to bring cursor to this point and bring in like not necessarily a cylinder but a circle. And the reason for the circle is that I want to be able to turn into a curve and just add some depth to that. So this is what's going to hold the pan. So on the top view, I can GX right to this point, scale that down just like so. And this point, I'm going to G all the way back here. So all of this, I'm going to GZ. All of this, we're going to bring it down eventually. But right now, as we're constructing, I just want to keep it up here. I'm going to bring in of a UV sphere. Scale that down. Scale it on the Z axis, and up top, I'm going to select more on that. And then delete all of those. I'm going to delete all of those faces. I think I need it. So, oh no. I think I want to delete all of these vertices actually. So I'm going to scale this down, GZ. Scale this a little bit, and then this part right here, I'm going to ES, 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 and GZ. Scale down, and I can SZ a little. So I can shade, auto smooth on that, and we have the plate. But I don't know if it's deep enough, so I'm just going to deepen it. This part, maybe I'll delete this vertices and then just scale this. So I'm going to do this and then Alt S to just bring that forward. So GZ, go in. So all of these fixtures I've done here, I'm going to bring it down to this level. Maybe this is not deepening enough for me. I'm going to GZ. Then maybe it should be even be closer. So I'm going to GX. Should closer to this. So if waste from this table is being slid down to this point, it's just going to go seamlessly. The only thing is that you have to be worried about the amount of stuff you're sliding. So this, I'm going to go to the top view and then just hide it by this side. G. That's cool. Time. So we have that for the top level. I'm thinking about this now, and I feel like all of this, I want to GZ. Like I want to lift all of this higher. where it is not letting me do that. So I'm going to take this and GZ, and in fact, let's go a lot more higher, and I'll select all of this and GZ like so. Right, I can SZ on that, and then I'll apply scale. This I'm going to insert and then extrude a little bit. So we have that. I'm just going to select and Shift Z. Right here, I want to do that again because there's something I didn't select. I don't think I selected this. So I can Shift D and Z. So this part can be deleted. I can bring cursor to this point. Then this is going to be a bucket. So this bucket is going to be cylinder, scaled down. This part scaled up a little bit. This part scaled down. I'm going to scale this Shift Z. Maybe lower. That's cool. So for the top, we're going to lose that face. Right here, we're going to have to just extrude along normals. Bridge this. Right, and then the bottom of this is going to have some grooves. So we can select all this, and then we can bevel that, and then can extrude in. Perfect. Shade auto smooth. I don't think. Oh, this needs a handle. Carrying medical stuffs, medical waste. So it needs a handle. For the handle, I don't know how I'm going to approach the handle actually. Thanks, Tomido. I appreciate that. I brought in a torus. I'm going to reduce the major radius and the minor radius. Scale all of that down, RX90. I'm going to scale this. And then on the side, I'm going to delete those vertices. Right, this done, I'm going to duplicate it the other side. And I feel like this, I probably want to Alt S, fatten that up. GY. So that's good. I'm just going to select circle from this bucket. Shift D. Separate that selection. Oh, what's going on? And then half of this has to go. Delete RY. I'm going to do from 3D cursor RY. So this comes up a little bit. This two, I'm going to use proportional editing to scale that down. And on the side, I'm going to extrude. So that's cool. This done. Cheesy. Release cheesy. That's great. Turn this into a curve. What's time? 46. I'm going to add a sub D on that, and then switch our pivot point to 3D cursor on RY. Bring this down. So we're good on. Is it not too big? So what I'm going to do, this leg, I'm going to bring it down. GZ, same applies to the tires. And that's good for this. This is I think 7 trolley. So I'm going to shift D, bring this back here. We're going on to, I think we're going to do something like this, but I mean, I think we've done this already. But I think the only difference is that this part is not part. So I'm going to delete this, take this edge, shift DZ, separate that selection. On this, I'm going to take this edge and delete that edge, and we can convert this into a curve. Apply scale, increase, shade smooth. With this, I can delete GZ, shift DZ, just like so, and that's good. But maybe we want this in a smaller size. Yeah, that is 8. I think I've done a lot of variations, bro. Maybe I should start attaching, for example, this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach like a bucket kind of thing to it. So right here, I can frame selected, shift DX out to the front. I'm going to frame this and then maybe GX, GY a little bit. Oh no. I'm going to commit all of this to mesh and GY a little bit. So we can GX in. So you see this, we have to go to the top view and just generally adjust things. So I'm going to rotate, scale. Same with this, rotate and scale. That's good. Oh, what's going on? I'm rotating from individual regions now. Let's see. Rotate and then SY. Not even any house scale. You have to SY. Then we're going to go to the top view. Let's do the same for this. Rotate and then SY. Sweet. So for the bucket, we are going to take this shape and just GZ. And I think the bucket 2 should come higher. GZ. Sweet. That's done. We need one more and we'll be done for the night. This is 11:50. Looks like we made good time. What can I do? Like, I feel maybe this, instead of it being on this side, we'll probably want to commit all of that geometry to mesh and flip the other way. You know? Kind of create a double decker kind of thing, and maybe even more. Make it like multi-utilitarian kind of thing. This is like a bigger trolley. So yep, we got 10. Texturing like we usually do so much later. Let's see. We're done. I'm just going to come down here and think we'll call this, where is it? Medical trolley. Done. I'm going to put, in fact, $30. Because I mean, since I watched that video where the guy was like, talking about pricing psychology and stuff. Like, I think all of these prices, most of them are going to change. You know. So this is day 60, Abby. Day 60, yeah. And day 60 is medical trolleys. It's a pack of 10, so should be worth the price. I don't know. Some of the no. When it's time to texture, I'll just find examples and use. I do not think. I do not think I have any texture that I need to pack. Let me check. Okay, 3. That's fine. I'm going to save, and yeah, we're done for today's stream. Shout out everybody for joining. Shout out Tomido, always turning up. Shout out Ore. I don't think Ore is on, but like, shout out to you. Shout out to Sky Kid. Sky Kid was on earlier, and he said he's modeling his sneakers right now. Like, let me even see your channel. I don't know if you are a Blender user. I would also like to kind of see the sneakers you're working on, if that's even going to be possible. I quickly want to see Sky Kid's profile on YouTube, if it's a Blender channel or a 3D channel. Where is it? Right here. Wow, man. This was 5 years ago, bro. This was 5 years ago. Five years ago, you mean you were modeling aircrafts and wow. This is amazing. This is a rifle. This is an AK-47. But most of these are like finished models. I'm not seeing a lot of the process, but like these are really cool looking, really well done models, honestly. Shout out to you, man. I just created a sci-fi drone. Yo, if you don't mind, I would really love if you send that to me. That would be good. But as far as this stream is concerned, I'm ending it right now. Tomido, you have my IG. Just send it to me on IG, and I'll really love to check out the drone. So that's about it, guys. So long, and until I see you in the next one. Peace.